Zainab, the daughter of the mother of her father. Zainab, you are the coolness to the eyes of your brother. You are the gem encased in Ali's spiritual power, the beauty that defended God's throne and its honor, the standard bearer that did not let the standard bear alone. You are the sea of eloquence that in the face of ignorance flows. Zainab, you are an army of God. How foolish they consider you but one. And when you walk, your steps spring forth revolutions that cannot be undone. You are the moon to the moon of the Hashemites. You are the moon to Qamar Bani Hashim. Honor proudly bows at your feet. And how Hashemite youth honored you before their departure from home. Who is left now to prepare you for the streets, now that you are alone? So when they heard you in the court, the tyrant accepted defeat. You are the woman who crumbled the devil and his kingdom. You are the mother who raised valiant, courageous sons. Zainab, the preparer of Akbar into battle, the lion that fought thousands with a single stance, and her glance can cause fear in the hearts of kings. Zainab, the beauty of her father reduces you when I translate. For you defended Ali's honor. Al-Aqila, Al-Fadila, Al-Alima, Al-Kamila. There are no titles that do you justice. So al-Masa'ib, mother of griefs and misfortune. But Zainab is the mother of our right. Zainab is the mother of Masa'ib. Zainab, you console those with heartbreak and grief. My lady, who consoles you for when you, your brother, weep? Pray, is it the same sky that under the torn stars Ali after Zahra would cry like father, like daughter? Zainab, your tears, they witness the moon and the skies. I see the desert console Zainab as the earth consoled Ali. And as fire ripped Ali's house, so her tent, they burned ferociously. And when Hussein fell from his horse, I saw the earth rise for the mountain of patience. Still Zainabiyya, the earth circumambulates her feet. The daughter of Abu Turab, the father of land, now place dust in her palms and rise. Here is Zainab the valiant, broken, burnt, bloodied, battered, and when the dagger hacked 12, it had struck the sun into the sky. For if the soul of Zahra was there at the final moments of Hussein, the daughter of Zahra, Zainab, witnessed it alive. She in the flesh saw how from flesh they tore her brother apart. 12 hacks of a blunt dagger to a throat thirsty from 3 days straight. Blood bathed the brother who her mother bore with such love and affection. So how did you bear that time, O mountain of patience, when he would turn his back to see if the tents were still safe and none had violated their sanctity? Zainab calls, my brother, I am with you, the earth and the sand and my Lord as my witness. I was there when Akbar fell and when Abbas's flag you brought and Qasim's body mutilated. I saw when you wept your beard with the blood of your son. I wept tears, Hussein, into my palms so that your face I would wash. And when none was left to help you mount, I mounted you, the mountain of patience, to your horse. I prayed, Hussein, with Layla, for the sake of your lonely heart, which was broken many times in one day, for the sake of that Lord who returns Yusuf to Yaqub. I saw you when you would run and fall and run and fall, and when you arrived at the body of our hacked Ali al-Akbar, I too beaded the tasbih calling Ya Ali, Ya Ali, Ya Ali. And when you lost sight at his brutal departure, do you think my eyes could survive knowing that such affliction had fallen my brother? To know that now my mother witnesses you alone. And when your back it broke for Abbas, and when your back it broke for Abbas's severed arms and his bloodied eye parted for you to see, You saw one broken heart, Hussein. But I saw both my brothers die at once instantly, and when you would weep for Abbas and your back you held and cried, I would hide my broken back like a mother would hide her wounds till she died. But I bore all your trials and I witnessed your tribulations, and when you whispered into the night prayers, it was I, Zainab, who kept your candle alive. I would whisper your supplications so that this world again would echo. I ran to your hand so that one fine time we would have this embrace, but the arrows were between us and the fire and the ashes. Did you see? A reply comes from the sunken sky. A brother responds to a broken sister's plea. Hussein says, Zainab, as you rose with the earth to witness my final moments when my lips were parched and my thirst unatoned. No, as you rose with the earth, my head was on a spear, and so in return I would see how the children scattered across the plains into that blistering night and scream. You said Shamil Ghariba, but I witnessed all of it at once. Zainab, I saw you then when you saw me for the last time, and with every hack they smacked on my throat. What killed me was your heartbroken and tearful eyes. You thought you were alone when you mounted upon your horse. I witnessed how you went from town to village, and I saw your painful course. I asked to my Lord, is it the same sky that under the torn stars Ali after Zahra would cry? Is this my Zainab that in the desert under the sky does rise? You wept all alone, but I wept when I would see you weep. How many times will you hear the lashes? And when they tore my shirt for lots, I saw you in captivity. How you stood alone, I know. And when my daughter would ask, oh Aunt Zainab, when will we return home? But I saw you, oh my sister. The revolution embodied you and your fight. I saw you in the court of their tyrants, and their plan you destroyed in one night. For every time they hacked my throat, I know your soul struggled to survive. But my sister, my blood pours in your veins. Ali's blood pours in your veins. Fatima's blood pours in your veins. And my mission you revive. How can they consider you to indeed be just one? Zainab, wherever you walk, my soul before you runs. So she rises, as though the stars have sunken to her eyes. For now, no moon will dare to hang above her head. When the moon of the Hashemites has died, she would have succumbed to these wounds. But Zainab persists and continues to rise and continues to rise. And they say, with the greatest of mountains comes the greatest of echoes. And we, O Zainab, we call your resistance of tasbih, your rosary of resistance. How back then you exclaimed with your call as an echo of our proclamation. Back then she called what Hussein said 1400 years ago, Hayhat min al-dhillah, one proclamation sealed into the books of history, never to humiliation, never to humiliation. Salawat.
Allahumma salli ala Muhammadin wa ali Muhammadin wa ajil.